This morning, new revelations from law enforcement about the case of Alabama woman Carlee Russell.
What really happened here?
This after she pulled over when she said she saw a toddler alone on the side of a highway Thursday.
Is this story true?
Russell called 911 and then vanished.
Does this story seem possible?
Now, police say there was no evidence of a toddler abandoned in the area.
Is it possible that a parrot could give a young girl the will to live?
The Hoover Police Department also writing in a statement that before her disappearance, Russell picked up snacks from a local Target.
What about the mysterious behavior of the barbecue lid?
Russell returned on foot Saturday night, her parents describing her arrival to NBC News' Priscilla Thompson earlier this week.
Can a fertilized octopus egg ingested into the human system actually grow inside the body?
She was not in a good state.
But then how do you explain the bullet hole in his phone?
So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her.
Was the sister's husband really the victim of amnesia?
But they declined to go into more detail.
Was it really the nanny?
Anything leading to the case itself,
Was the morgue attendant in on the deception too?
we can't discuss that.
Was the old woman in on it too?
The mystery around the dramatic disappearance deepening as the investigation continues.
We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. This one was invented by a writer. We got you.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. You may remember the world-famous actor, a French actor, in fact, who goes by the name Jussie Smollett, the guy that went down to a Subway sandwiches at 2 a.m. in Chicago, and allegedly all sorts of bad things happened to him, which of course we now know was a complete fabrication. In fact, he hired 2 African-American trainers of his to actually act it out, and he was found guilty of that crime. Now, he has since appealed and remains out of prison, but hopefully he'll be back soon. Now, certainly his fake race divisive crime in a plea to get more attention on his career failed mostly, but it also seems that it may have inspired a female version who goes by the name of Carlee Russell. Apparently, there was this 48-hour disappearance, and apparently there was some sort of toddler that lured her out into the road. And the story is very, very suspicious, and many are wondering, do we have another Jussie Smollett, or what exactly is going on here? By the way, this video is sponsored by Goldco, quarteringgold.com. You know, Biden's loan forgiveness that he just rolled out, and they're going to be it's going to cost us $1.6 trillion. You heard about this? Also, Biden's new budget proposes $4.7 trillion in new taxes. The same budget could push our debt from $31 trillion to a whopping $51 trillion. Could you imagine what that is going to do to your quality of life, especially in retirement? That's why it's critical you protect your savings with gold and silver before it's too late. I've partnered with the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco, because they're a great company with an amazing reputation. Right now, they're giving up to $10,000 in free silver while supplies last. Plus, all qualified callers this week will receive a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. We've had disastrous economic policies, never-ending war, skyrocketing inflation, bank failures, and now we've got new tax hikes to worry about. Visit quarteringgold.com to learn how you could protect your life savings and retirement. Tell them the Quartering sent you, and you could get a free Ronald Reagan silver coin. Pretty awesome. So remember, visit quarteringgold.com, link in the description. Parents of Alabama nursing student who returned home safe after 48 hours after she mysteriously disappeared have spoken out to insist an abductor was behind her disappearance. Carlee has given detectives her statement so they can continue to pursue her abductor, says Carlee Russell's mother, Talithia Russell, in an interview with the Today Show on Tuesday. Pressed on whether they believe the abductor is at large in the case, Talitha responded, absolutely, absolutely, as Carlee's father, Carlos, nodded in agreement. Questions about the case have swirled since Carlee reappeared at her parents' home in Hoover on Saturday night, 48 hours after she disappeared from the side of an interstate after calling 911 to report seeing a toddler on the side of the road. Hoover Police Department Captain Keith Silsbaka told DailyMail.com on Tuesday morning, "We have spoken to Carlee once and are following up on that information. However, we are not able to publicly share the details. We will follow up again in an attempt to better understand her movements during the time when she was missing and provide what information we can when we are able to do so. Meanwhile, of course, a GoFundMe campaign was created to help Carlee get her life together and has been removed from the fundraising site, the messenger said. It was not clear why the campaign had been taken down, although Carlee's family had publicly said they did not wish to have any GoFundMe fundraisers for her, and services have been known to take down fake campaigns seeking cash on high-profile events in the news. So maybe they didn't believe her, maybe it was someone else. GoFundMe has not responded. Now, in an interview, Carlee's parents said they were subjected to cruel taunting and fake messages claiming to have information about their daughter while she was missing. This, I believe, probably happened. On Thursday, Carlee had left work at the Summit in Birmingham, stopped to pick up food at a restaurant before getting on the highway and heading back towards her home. The nursing student called 911 at 9:34 p.m. on Thursday night and reported that she was stopping alongside the interstate to check on a toddler she saw there. Russell's 911 call is the only report of the child on the interstate at the time, and there were no reports of a missing child in the area. After the 911 call, her family said she was on the phone with her brother's girlfriend, who didn't hear a child, but could hear Carlee Russell scream. The line remained open, but Carlee stopped responding. Within 5 minutes of being dispatched, Hoover police arrived and found Russell's wig, cell phone, purse with her Apple Watch inside, and on the road near her vehicle. At 10:44 p.m. on Saturday, 911 caller reported that Russell had been returned to her home parents' house on foot. Police dispatch audio revealed that Russell was, quote, unresponsive but breathing after officials said she returned to her parents' home. She was taken to hospital, evaluated, and released. I mean, a truly harrowing story, right? Alabama cops find no evidence of mysterious toddler walking along highway that Carlee Russell reported before she vanished for 49 hours and says she was found wandering along alone near home. Now, is it possible that she was abducted? Sure. Maybe. It sure is odd. There are all sorts of weird stories going on around. The toddler not used as bait in Carlee Russell case, says trafficking expert. As far as we are aware, this is not a tactic that traffickers use, Sabrina Thillander said, a spokesperson for Polaris. She also discounted the theory of luring kind-hearted women. Only about 6% of people on the receiving end of this kind of behavior who have contacted the hotline since 2007 reported that they've even been abducted. She told the news report. These kind of rumors spread on social media a lot. It's very interesting. No evidence. Police share new details. The woman who went missing. I mean, maybe it's true. You know, maybe she just disappeared for 49 hours and was able to escape somebody, somewhere, somehow. The whole thing is extremely odd, extremely suspicious. I mean, that's just my opinion. You know, the idea that the whole child uses bait thing, well, maybe she saw a raccoon and thought it was a toddler. I don't know. It's very odd. I mean, you see some of these stories. I figured it out. If she was in nursing school, my theory is that she wasn't doing so well and was about to flunk out, so she had to make up some sort of abduction to give her more time. Students will say anything to get more time to get out of an extra exam they are not ready for. I mean, very plausible theory coming from someone who fought through to succeed and knows it's not easy. Or she's waiting for a GoFundMe. I mean, nobody believes this story. Nobody believes this story. I mean, it's so wild. Unfortunately, watching the video, she's driving on the right-hand shoulder far too quickly for far too long to have just noticed something and pulled over, unless she had seen something on the other side. I mean, the behavior doesn't make sense. I mean, the whole thing is really bizarre. Like, why wasn't she wearing her watch? Why did she take her Apple Watch off, do you think? Maybe because that can be tracked? Or maybe the people who allegedly did this, Maybe the people that allegedly did this did that, but then why did they let her go? You see, a trafficking expert on Monday threw cold water on Carlee Russell's parents' suggestions that a toddler was used as bait. It doesn't happen. It's very odd. The whole thing now, traffic camera footage from Interstate 459 at marker 11.7 is believed to show Russell's car pulling over before she vanished. I mean, she just walked home. Nobody knows how she got there. It's really odd. Now, she did pull over. You know, I think, like, I don't know. To me, this seems very suspicious, very odd. You know, she just showed up, walked into the neighborhood at 10. How did she get there? I don't know. You know, I think that the whole thing is very, very sussy. Perhaps it's a mental health issue. Perhaps she had some sort of breakdown. I mean, I don't know. If you look at most of the coverage of this, people are poking holes in this story. Now, of course, they are having a press conference today to discuss it. This is very, very odd. No evidence to track back up a claim the child was wandering. They have not located any evidence that she was kidnapped. You can see this. Can't wait for the press conference. Here's this. After leaving the colonnade, Carlee went to Target on Highway 280 and purchased some snack food type items. These items were not located in the vehicle or with her cell phone and wig at the time of her disappearance. So she bought snacks because maybe because she knew she was going to go and do this so she would have food. She bought a bunch of food to munch on while she was in bed, possibly. Again, the Hooverville Police Department did not locate any evidence of a toddler walking down the interstate, nor did they receive any additional calls about a toddler. Detectives also obtained surveillance video from Carlee's neighborhood, which shows her walking down the sidewalk alone prior to her arrival at the residence. Fire department radio traffic obtained by several media outlets shows that the medics were dispatched to her residence on a, quote, unresponsive but breathing person. That term is used in initial dispatch of the Hoover Fire Department to the residence, and the information about her condition was simply a dispatcher relaying information. When first responders arrived on the scene, they found her conscious and speaking, and she was transported in that condition. She was later treated and released from the hospital. Numerous evidentiary items are still being evaluated, and those items are key in the process of determining exactly what took place in the approximately 49 hours that Carlee was missing, but also what took place prior. I mean, I would say that this is, nobody is believing it. It's very, very odd. You bought snacks. Those snacks aren't around. You left your Apple stuff behind. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.